My name is Albert Howard. I'm the Director of Business Development for a company called Minibranch. We are a software as a service company. We sell a software as a service primarily to financial institutions. So the results that we've generated using seamless.ai now has been an absolute game changer. I don't know at this point why anybody out there, especially involved in any kind of marketing campaigns or marketing blitzes, or that does any prospecting, does any business to business kind of sales, does not have Seamless right now because it is just such a huge tool. The results that we've generated right now, we're 9 months in, we've generated $187,600 in the 9 months since we've launched seamless.ai. We went from, trying to, use different industry kind of email blasts that they would sell us. They would sell us hey, you can send out an email to our list of contacts for several $1,000s. And we did that. And just the results from that, sometimes were good, but we didn't own that list. We didn't even know who it went to, who got it, who didn't get it, who read it, who didn't read it, or anything like that. But with Seamless, we were able to integrate right into our Salesforce. We were able to start using it, our CRM. We were able to start using it right away. It was and it is an absolute game changer. If we have somebody visit our website now, just as an example, before I'm having to try to visit LinkedIn and trying to see who it is that's visited our website to see if we could send a follow-up email to, maybe a couple of the individuals up at the top C-level positions. But now with Seamless, I can literally visit that bank or that credit union who visited our site and pull up, the titles of positions of the individuals, their email addresses, their phone numbers to follow up directly with them. So the results, they speak for themselves. Seamless.ai absolutely pays for itself almost immediately. Within the first 30 to 45 days of launching Seamless.ai, we had already achieved over $50,000 in signed agreements. So it was absolutely amazing at the results that we already started to see. Literally, when you take a look at, not even just the micro level, but the macro level, it was like instant. So absolutely incredible. So our primary target is financial institutions of all asset sizes. Credit unions in particular was our focus. It has recently expanded as we've had banks reaching out as well. Our ideal, kind of customer, our ideal partner is basically any financial institution that's less than $1 billion in assets that's wanting to provide some of the latest technology, but at a price point they can afford. So Seamless has kind of become part of our daily routine. It is just such a powerful tool. We use it for email blasts, email campaigns. We use it on anything. If we're visiting one of our partners' websites, we're able to pull it in using that little Chrome integration piece to where we can pull every single, potential client that we're after, the individual based off of their title or anything from whatever website that we're on. So it has been absolutely a game changer. I went from developing email lists, trying to build out a list of 400 a month. And now that can be literally 400. We could have that in 60 seconds with Seamless. So it is absolutely amazing. The process in the past used to just be going on LinkedIn. The most that it would let me send, requests would be 100 LinkedIn requests. Once, the user, whoever it is I would send the request to become part of my LinkedIn connections, would accept it, I could then go into their info and pull their email address that way. It was such a slow, tedious process. And like I said, we went from 400 a month to we could do 400 in 60 seconds in a minute now. So it's incredible. It was a very slow and tedious process before Seamless. .ai. It was a daily grind just to try to build up a list of contacts that we can email. So just a list of prospects. And that included, social media was a big part, obviously LinkedIn, making these connections, going from one of the connections that we've recently made into their connection list, and then trying to add all of their connections. Of course, LinkedIn had a limit of 100 per week. Like that was the most and it would tell you you've reached your daily your weekly limit, rather, and so you're not able to add any more requests. But good job, sending these requests and building out your connections. And so we'd be limited to 100, and so we would max out on 100, and then come next week we'd do the same thing, get out there, and when we max out at 100. And so that was kind of like the extent of the level of growth, like how it was growing incrementally. Right after we launched Seamless, it was an absolute game changer. So the money that we have made has been absolutely tremendous. Obviously, that's the goal of every business, right? But I think, equally just as important is the amount of time that we have saved. We went from spending on average, kind of a, almost really minimum, but at 20 hours per month on building out different lists and different campaigns. And that would be to drum up a little over 400 contacts, just using the tools that we would use, trying to go in and adding different people and researching and finding them. Sometimes we got lucky, maybe 500 new FI contacts of like good leads. But now our team, even with a fraction of the time, the leverage that has been given to us, we can now pull 140,000 contacts per month. Our team here at Minibranch, in a fraction of the time of what it took us to get 400 or 500 contacts and leads per month. So our business, not only has our business increased dramatically, and the tools and the means and the ability at which we can launch any kind of campaign to the leads that we want it to go to, that are good leads, that we're able to dig in to find out using seamless.ai's technology, whether or not these are good emails, do they have a high bounce rate? Like, we could eliminate a lot of that. And it's just amazing. But from a life perspective as well, we used to spend on average 5 hours per week just digging in to try to build up different leads, and different contacts and different lists that was targeted to the market that we were after. And so you're looking at, minimum of 20 hours per individual per month that could build up 500, maybe if they did really good and they max out all the LinkedIn connections and then we're out doing some other their own work and due diligence and uncovering additional potential leads, maybe 600 a month. But now just one salesperson alone is able to, pull up 7,000 new contacts a week, fairly easy, 28,000, each individual per month. So it's been just an absolute game changer, and given our team the ability to focus more on the actual sales now, on actually closing deals, instead of spending all their time to try to get people at who it is they can then have a conversation with. So absolutely huge. So I got a call sometime in September of 2022, and my phone had initially popped up saying potential spam. And I was like, all right, let's mess with this spammer, right? So I get this call, and is getting ready to mess with him, but he uses my name like this. What I thought was a spammer uses my name, knew the company that I work for, and everything that I did. And so I was kind of like, wait a second, what is this? Like, so what are you offering? Started going through some of the ability to streamline a lot of what was a very time-consuming task, to bring a lot of our marketing efforts, to just streamline that, to expedite those efforts, and just to bring everybody on board under one platform to be able to work together with everything that we're out there, drumming up as far as new leads and going after it. And so I said, well, I'm kind of interested now. And so I believe his name was Carlos. He did a great job as far as in that complete cold call, but no doubt utilizing the technology that Seamless provides. He followed the script to the T, was very good, developed that relationship, to which I then was kind of set up in a meeting with, I believe his name is Joe Walther. I may pronounce his last name wrong, but Joe was the man. He did an amazing job in the demo, just showing us based off of the industries that we're interested in, the positions that we were interested in, like what positions they held, to be able to go and find that almost immediately. So yeah, it was incredible all around. I don't think there is another company that exists that's out there as far as any level of competitor, seamless.ai, that is able to provide to the extent and the level of contacts, of leads, of tools, of everything that Seamless provides under one ecosystem. I mean, you've got the different books, you've got different kind of motivational pieces that are there for your sales team, your developing team, your marketing team, your entrepreneur team. Like, they're able to keep you kind of on track, to keep you motivated. You've got different just different little motivating things. You've got a bell, a gong that you can ring. Boom, you close the sale. You got a good deal. Like, so there's so many things even throughout the process that keeps everyone engaged to kind of gamify it, make it fun. But the level of content that it gives you that is good, that is tested, that is proven, to ensure. I mean, I remember we had, I think at one point we had maybe a 79% success rate for email blasts. And, we're like, oh, okay, we're going to have to continue to work on these, to then launching Seamless and got us to like a 98, 99% was absolutely unbelievable. I mean, just from a bounce rate perspective, it just completely almost dropped it down to zero. So that was amazing, utilizing their AI technology. So, the question really isn't so much like, why should someone sign up for seamless.ai, but it's more like, why shouldn't you? Like, you absolutely should be engaging and utilizing Seamless as service if you want to take it to the next level. If you're fine and you're content with where it is you currently are, and you're like, nope, I'm good, I'm kind of, maybe in the middle, I feel like I'm doing better than others, maybe not as good as others, but I'm kind of content, then don't do anything. But if you want to take your game to the next level, then you absolutely need to integrate and start utilizing Seamless.
Ready to try the power of Seamless? Click below for a demo or sign up for a free trial today.